Hello and welcome back to another video, and today, as you'll have seen by the title and thumbnail, we are doing the Brad Binder challenge, seeing if we can stay out on a wet track on dry tyres. Now, of course, the race will start off dry. There's not really anything I can do about that. You can only force a transition. You can't actually set when it starts or anything like that, and you can't set dry tyres on a wet track, for example, straight away, which obviously also would be a bit of a pointless challenge because AI would just ride away from me. So what we're going to do today is we are just going to stay out when the white flag comes out. We're going to stay out till the end of the race and see if we can keep the gap to the AI. I do like my chances potentially because the race is probably going to be quite short. But if the rain really does start to come down, the bike will probably be completely unrideable. And I'm actually interested to see how quickly the grip does drop off. Now, we did do a flag-to-flag video not that long ago. I did note that actually after the first lap of the white flag being out, the grip had decreased quite a lot, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes from there. But we've got a 25% race today then. Let's get it started as Brad Binder from the back of the grid. Can we try and win this race without doing a pit stop? So we've got an interesting front row here. We've got Bezecchi on pole, that's not too weird. We've got Miller second and Bagnaia third. I guess Miller being up there isn't too strange, although the fact they're on hard tyres is a bit weird considering that we have got rain coming, but the lights are on. They're waiting until they got here for the Austrian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. And we've had a terrible start because I forgot that you don't turn the traction control down until you've already done the start in the MotoGP class, otherwise you just spin up. And we're braking around the outside into turn one. We've had a... Whoa, that was some poor frame rate there. Do apologise, guys. But again, the game is just really poorly optimised in the MotoGP class. Hopefully, it's something that they can try and fix with patches, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to. Obviously, in the first patch, they haven't fixed it. We had a little bit of contact there with Marc Marquez into the chicane. And I'll tell you what, we've had one hell of a start. I wish I had starts this good in my career mode. We're up to P9 already. We are using the same AI difficulty that we used in our recent career mode race here, actually, 100%. So, it will be interesting. I think the AI are supposedly worse in the higher classes. I think Moto 3 is about the hardest class. Seems like the rain may even be coming down already. I think I saw a couple of drops there, so... won't be long till we have to come in. I suppose it is only a 7-lap race, so the white flag will probably come out on lap 2 or 3, I would imagine. Up the inside goes Oliveira, though, so we've been overtaken by our former teammate there. Yep, I can definitely see some rain coming down now then, so we're not going to be in the dry conditions for too long, which is good, because I was hoping that the video wouldn't be taken up too much by the dry conditions. I don't know what Digi Antonio just did there, but to be fair, he did overtake me. But here we go then, in the slipstream with Digi. Can we try and get him down towards the chicane? Because they're not great on the brakes here, and it probably is a bit easier in the MotoGP class with the carbon brakes. I don't think this is how we go with Digi Antonio. There we go. We got him. Maybe we can get Oliveira into the hairpin. Although we have got to watch out. Actually, I think that's where Oliveira passed us on the last lap, so potentially he might be a bit better than us in there, and I think we've gone in hot. Yes, we have. How did Alex Marquez stay on them? That's unbelievable. Apologies for that, guys. Big mistake there. But to be fair, somehow Alex Marquez stayed on. I mean, we've completely ruined his race, but... yeah, I don't know how he stayed on because we hit him so hard. The rain doesn't seem to be coming down any harder. There was only a bit of rain on the first lap. I saw some drops definitely, but I haven't really seen any on this lap. So I'm hoping that it does start to rain pretty soon because we're getting towards 2 full laps. We're at the inside of Digi Antonio. We've done him. So at the minute, this is just a normal dry race. Can we get Oliveira down towards the chicane? Yes, we can. Lovely stuff. We're close up to Marquez as well. But again, still no more rain coming down, which is... it's weird because really it should still be fully wet by the end of this race, I imagine, but maybe it is still scaled to the same as if it was a 50% race. Yeah, it's starting to come down a lot more now. I can see a bit of spray coming off the bikes now, so I would imagine the white... yeah, there we go, we got some on the camera. It's coming down really heavily all of a sudden, so just as I was saying that there was no rain at all, it all starts to come down, and it looks like, to be honest, the white flag hasn't come out yet, so everyone's actually going to have to do another lap, which kind of means everyone's going to be doing this challenge, because I would say at this point, it's definitely wet enough for the white flag to come out. I'm very surprised it hasn't already come out. And we've got the slipstream here of Marc Marquez, so we're going to try and make a pass in the pouring rain on the dries into turn 1. Yeah, the white flag has now come out. I was going to say it probably should have come out maybe about a corner ago, so we could have pitted on the last lap. Well, obviously we're not pitting, but the AI. So I think, to be honest, we're probably going to quite easily do this, with it being so late into the race that it's actually raining. And at the minute, our pace is still looking pretty good. The bike is still feeling pretty good as well. There's plenty of grip out there, even though there's all this rain. The inside we go with Martin now. Oh, it's close. I think we've got him though. He's had to pick the bike up. So in fairness, we're actually making forward progress in this race, which I didn't expect at all. Vignale's just ahead of us there as well. I suppose while the temperature is still pretty high on the tyres, the grip is still going to be quite good. I mean, it's starting to spin a bit now. You can see obviously we're almost 2 seconds off our previous time, but obviously that's not going to be enough to warrant a pit stop in this short of a race. But of course it will get worse. This is where the challenge really does begin. So are these guys going to the pits? Yes, they are. We're not coming to the pits. It looks like maybe we're the only one that stayed out. Yes, it does look like it. So it pretty much is realistic. It is the Brad Binder challenge, although I guess a couple of people did stay out with him. And it looks like we are going to lead over the line. Yes, we are. So as we start the 5th lap of this Austria Grand Prix, we take the lead ahead of Marco Bezzecchi. It'll be interesting to see how far they are behind us when they actually come out the pits. Not that far by the looks of it, actually, because they're coming out the pits now. I'll tell you what, the order's been completely jumbled up. Alex Rins is up into P2, Nakagami P3, Polisbagra P4. Oh no, those guys have stayed out. I can see them actually. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking that they were people that had pitted, and we've gone straight on already. So that just shows you the lack of grip. We had a huge mistake. We're actually going to still come on in the lead, because these guys, again, are yet to pit behind us. They're actually on the same tyre compound as us. That's just how far we were in front of them in the race already, which is pretty crazy. But you can see the bike was spinning so much in a straight line there. This is where it becomes difficult. The tyre temperatures are now dropping. I'll have a look at the temperatures there for you guys. You can see the front brake temperature as well. Pretty low. We've got 80, just under 90 degrees on the front, just about 100 on the rear. So it's not too bad, but you can see how much it is spinning up already, and there's still 3 more laps to go after this one, so this is gonna be treacherous. 3 laps to go, sorry, 2 laps to go after this one. I did get that one wrong. You can see how much we are being gained on by likes of Rins behind us. We have no grip at all. You can see how much we're spinning up. And obviously, we've already been off track once this lap, but fair enough, we've actually managed to keep the AI behind. We did see this last time we did a flag-to-flag video, actually, that the AI were a little bit better in these conditions than me, but the tyre temps are already dropping. The rear brake temperature is actually quite high, which is strange, because the last couple of games it's been really difficult to get temperature into the rear brake on the curb at the last corner. Then you can see the other guys are at halfway around the lap then, so we've got 2 laps to go. I don't think we're going to lose half a lap to these guys, but I could very well be wrong, because of course the rain is going to continually get worse. As we go into turn 1, we just cannot turn in anymore. We're off the circuit. Look at that. I'm just going to keep the tyre temperatures up actually now. You can see they're now down to 70 and 80. So about 90 on the rear, I guess there. About 70 on the front. So that's another 10 degrees. Got out the tyres in that, what, like half a lap. You can see Zarco's P2. I think he may actually be... Actually, no, that none of the guys are actually overtaken yet. Zarco must have stayed out. And here we are then. You can see them going over the line now. Bezzecchi is in second, 27 seconds behind us. So we've got just over a lap or so. We're down. We've had a crash there. Fortunately, we are able to get back on from that. That was a bit of an unexpected crash, but you can see the tyre temperatures have gone even lower now. Under 70 degrees, under 80 degrees on the front and the rear. It is just spinning, spinning, spinning. No, we can't go anywhere virtually now. Still got 24 seconds to the AI, but I feel like they are going to start taking that gap out of us, especially if we have another crash or anything. Just need to be more careful, really. I guess I pushed the front a bit too much. We're basically crawling around these corners. I was literally going, what, 80 kilometers an hour there? I don't know how fast that is in miles an hour, but that's not far off a pit lane speed limit, I don't think. I'm so wide here. See, they're 14 seconds behind. They are closing at an absolute rate of knots. If we hadn't had the crash, maybe we'd still be in a position to potentially hold up, but the bike just will not turn in. You can see I'm trying to go down the box the first there. The rear snaps quite a bit. Trying to pick up the power. The tyre temperatures are so low. 50 degrees in the front now, 60 degrees on the rear. We've got 10 seconds to Marco Bezzecchi. They are coming. The AI actually are going to catch us up in this period of time, and we've basically got 1 lap to go, 2 more corners, and then another lap. You can see the game is still begging us to pit. We're just about going to lead over the line. You can see they are right behind us now, so we definitely have lost all the time there. So it is definitely worth pitting, as we found out, even in a race this short. So the last couple of laps here have been pretty interesting. I was kind of worried that the challenge would fall a bit flat with the way it was, and we're down again. It just shows you it's basically impossible. It didn't even have any brake pressure on there at all. It was just purely trying to actually tip into the corners. You can see trying to pull away again, just spinning, spinning, spinning. And we're dropping through the order so fast. And we've just been taken out by Bastianini. Lovely. I'll tell you what, we'll use a flashback, because that one was the AI ramming me because I had to brake so early. But there you can see there's Alex Rins behind us. Remember, he literally was an entire pit stop behind us. Like, we were actually still ahead of him when he pitted. That's how much time we have lost on those couple of laps there. We're going to try to stay off the racing line so we don't get hit then, because we have to go super slow. I'll tell you someone that's lost out here is Fabio Quartararo down at P16. Although that's not too uncommon a sight this season, and we've been knocked off by Augusto Fernandez. Again, another rewinded order. I apologise for using all these rewinds, but I'm just trying to actually do the challenges in actually trying to do the track. But obviously the AI not having any of it. I'll tell you what, we might just cut the corner here just so that we don't get knocked off again. I think it's the better option. I actually got a long lap for that. Okay, well, I mean, we're going to finish last anyway. You can see we're already losing the positions as we go up the hill. So, yes, it's pretty damn difficult. Well, we've just been punted off by Zarco. Thanks, Zarco. That was absolutely lovely. But yeah, as we've proved, it is pretty much impossible to sell the slicks in the wet conditions because you end up just crashing as you start to tip into the corners. Of course, you can't take nearly as much lean angle as you could previously. There is a crash ahead of us though, so maybe we can still beat somebody. You can see the bike has absolutely no grip left. 30 degrees in the front, just under 40 degrees in the rear now. It's only about 3 degrees in it between the two, whereas before there was a big difference. We picked up a track that was worn in there. Also, we did get the long lap for cutting the chicane earlier on in the lap, but in fairness, that was just so that we didn't keep getting taken out. You can see here then, the AI haven't quite finished the race yet, but they are about to. It looks like Bezecchi's going to win ahead of Marini and Bagnaia. It's actually a pretty normal result at the end, considering the weird circumstances. But here we are, going down towards the penultimate turn. Unfortunately, not much of a challenge in the end. We tried. If the race was a lap shorter, we would have just hung on, but to be fair, that would have been a bit cheap because it would have literally only been like one lap in the proper rain. Although I guess, in fairness, the extra lap we stayed out from the white flag as well was also pretty wet. And we've not even stayed on the last corner. It is literally like the Binder Challenge. And on towards the line then, we are going to be about 30 seconds off the race win, even without doing the pit stop. So there we go then, that was the Brad Binder Challenge. Pretty difficult actually. I was expecting it to either be insanely impossible, just because of the way the game works, or to be really easy with the grip being too high. But in fairness, it probably was about right. We could just about stay on in a straight line, which obviously is fairly realistic. The bike was spinning up everywhere. It probably wasn't aquaplaning enough in fairness, but by the end it was fully wet on those slick tyres. We couldn't even tip into the corners anymore, so it pretty much just proved that it's not worth staying out. It's not really worth taking the risk because you just lose too much time, unless there's literally only about 2 laps to go. Then you could probably just about do it, but even that extra lap was enough to make us finish 30 seconds behind when in reality we actually crossed the line starting this lap in first position. But I must say, I did quite enjoy doing that one. Something I've been wanting to do since I heard that the dynamic weather was coming to the game. And I thought it might be a nice little challenge video to do for you guys, and something you could try as well at home, because of course a lot of the stuff I do does require mods and things like that, especially some of the challenges I've done in the past. But this is something that even you console guys can hop on with. You can just do a race, set it up like this, just make it go from cloudy to rainy, and just see how you get on. I was on medium tyres as well, although to be fair, I don't think any other tyre compound would really have made much difference. It was, at that point, just the temperature's too low to actually be able to ride around the circuit. But I hope you did enjoy that one. It was quite fun to record. Like I said, do give it a try yourselves. If you are new to the channel, please do like the video and subscribe, because there'll be plenty more videos like this. Plenty of MotoGP 23 videos, of course, career mode challenges like this, game experiments, online videos. I need to get around to do some more live GP and Academy as well. It's just live GP times are really awkward for some reason, and they never really suit with what I'm trying to record. So that's why I've not really done one for quite a while. But like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy that one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you all stay safe, and I shall see you in the next one.